Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is June 2nd. It is again, not really a lot of clouds or sun, but not a whole lot. It's actually been a beautiful, beautiful day. It's in the 70s again today, low 70s. So it's been really, really good. So I've started on this project, and man, it's been a lot of fun. Not really, but so the first one is in, and pretty much now it's just we're gonna let it set. So we're gonna see how that ends up going. But so a full 80-pound bag of the Quikrete went into there. So basically what I'm doing is, and I was showing you before, telling you before, so you didn't see it, but dig the hole, block goes in first. Then the 4x4 is going inside the block, and then basically I'm taking a full 80-pound bag of the Quikrete and just burying everything. And what I'll do, and as you can see, the stone itself is just absolutely freaking really, really stony. This part of the property, it's funny because it's like if you go over to the other side of the property, you got probably a 4-inch layer, maybe a 6-inch layer of really good dirt, but that's because nobody's done anything out here for so long, and the trees kept, leaves every year would fall down, nobody's raking them up, and it just made the soil really, really rich over in that area. This area here, not so much, but so digging these holes was an absolute complete pain in the behind, to be honest with you. I have 4 of them done, and I still have 2 more to go, but I'm going to get these other 4 or other 3, and I'll show you the back side too, the concrete in on these so they start to set before I dig any more holes. I'm not sure how much more. Like I said, I know that I'm going to get these 3 done, and then we'll see how much motivation I have left after that. But so like I said, just dug the hole, put the block in, and then the 4x4 goes in the center of the block, and then we're just going to load everything up with the Quikrete, which is over here. And like I said, I used 1 bag, and I'm just mixing it up in a 5-gallon bucket. So I'm ripping open the top and just putting some in the bucket, adding water, getting a good consistency, putting that in a hole, and then I'm doing it that way. Now somebody could say, you should use the wheelbarrow, blah 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 blah. I don't care. I'm using a bucket. That's how I decided I wanted to do it. So I had a total of 8 bags of the 80-pound, so I'm going to actually have 2 left over, and I'll stick them in the shop someplace, and then just kind of figure out they'll go towards another project on the road. Believe me, there's always going to be something else to do. I believe I told you guys that once I get this one built, excuse me, I am going to switch over this whole one as well. And so obviously this one is more on, if you see the front of this, how this is sitting here, it's going to be more on that angle, okay, where those are that way. So what I'll probably do is have these more angled this way, and when I do these ones and put them together, they'll probably stay more at that angle. But I'll start the holes, like I said, for them probably out here, and then it'll go back too high from that point. But so I got the back hole here dug as well, and I just put the block in there for right now. I'll put the 4x4 in that one when I get to that point. But so the next hole is actually going to be I'm going to line them up, so it's going to be like right about here, so it lines up with that one. And then this one, hello Lucy, how we doing, buddy? That's a good boy. That's a good boy. The last one, the hole's actually going to probably be right in this area here. So this will be great because this is, I won't actually, when I dig this one, it won't be that big of a deal because the rest of this material is going to stay here permanently. So it's going to lock it all in there. And so some of this is going to be underneath the panels once it gets all done, but it'll still be able to get some sunshine. But so that's what we're doing. So I know that the last hole, I saved the easiest hole for last, so that one's going to be the last one. The next one's going to go over here, so that should still be interesting to dig that one. But this one back here wasn't as bad. As you can see, the soil back here, it wasn't as bad pulling that out. But when I did this, let me show you guys this here. Digging these holes, these are the stones that I pulled out when I was digging these holes. So there's some pretty big freaking stones. So anyway, the stones can always be used for, like I say, another project. If I want to, I mean, even with the Quikrete, I could take some of these stones and stick them in the side of there, and then put the Quikrete. I might do that actually, and it'll give it more support. So I think I'm actually going to do that with these next holes. But so that one, like I said, is done. And then what I'm going to probably do is I'll take that dirt and I'll just put it right over the top of that. And so that's that. I'll probably, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting these off at an angle through here. But I'll wait till everything is set up really, really good first. And so then we're going to, I got a buddy of mine coming over on Sunday to help me with the frame, because the frame will be a little bit more difficult trying to do that by myself. So we'll see how that all pans out. But yeah, so that's what's happening. The garden still needs to be watered today. It hasn't been watered yet, so I'll water that in a little while. I'll get this other stuff done first. But garden's doing well. Everything is growing nicely, and no issues at all. So we just keep plugging away at things. So anyway, I'll take you in and I'll show you. Now you probably won't be able to see, but I'll tell you. Had a really good day as far as solar. Yesterday we ended up pulling in 4.9 kilowatt hours. The max that I've pulled in this year on any one day was 5.6. And that was a day that was just straight sun, no clouds at all. But you know, you're not always going to have those, and that's why I'm looking forward to getting these next panels up. But let me see here. Turn the light on. Okay. So far today we got 4.6 kilowatt hours in so far. We're pulling in 560 watts at the moment, and the batteries are at 27.2, and it's 4 in the afternoon, so we should end up pulling enough in to get up over 5 kilowatt hours, I'm thinking, on the day, which for the way my system is right now, I'm happy about that. So here's the problem, and I'll show you out here, and you can kind of see it. These 3 panels are getting freaking peak sun. This one over here is a little bit shaded. That one's still doing okay, but that one's a little bit shaded, so we're not getting as much production. I had 1200 watts coming in earlier in the day when the sun was straight up, you know, like around 1 o'clock. But you know, like I said, it's a work in progress, and the first step is getting these done, getting this next rack up, then getting the next panels in and getting them hooked up, and hopefully, you know, we'll see what happens as far as getting the framing in and maybe getting the panels in on Sunday. I don't know the weather, if the weather's going to cooperate or not. It might not. Today's supposed to be gorgeous, which it has been. Tomorrow's supposed to be really nice, and after that they're talking rain. So we're just gonna, like I said, that's why I wanted to get this part of the project done, so they're in, so they can set up and do that part of it. So we'll see how that all goes. But like I said, we just keep plugging along, and before you know it, it's going to be another project banged out. I've been really, really lucky. I mean, weather's been pretty decent. Obviously, I still have more wood to do, but after getting the garden in, I really wanted to focus on getting the solar next 4 panels up. I'm not pressed for time as far as getting the next thing set up for these other 6 panels. I can do that whenever. But I wanted to get these first other 4 panels up to give me, you know, like I said, get me back at a really nice level. And we'll see what we bring in with 2,500 watts. I'm actually kind of excited to see how that's going to go. But like I said, it's just working at it methodically. I mean, like I said, you look back, and the first year we were here, we had 750 watts. Last spring, we added another 750 watts. and so that brought us up to 1500. And the difference when we put in the next 3 panels and upgraded from a 12 volt to a 24 volt system, it was like freaking night and day. It was like, holy crap, it was awesome. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how these panels are going to perform once we get them in conjunction with our other panels. I think it'll be really interesting. I think we're going to do really well. So I'm looking forward to it, and we'll just keep plugging along. You know, I mean, that's all we can do. And you know, eventually, before you know it, another year or two, we will have a whole bunch of solar panels. And that's the other reason for getting this set up. You know, getting this one in, then I can put the second set here, and I can actually then put in a third set there. And once I have all 3 of them set in there and done, I can go to 4,500 watts. And for right now, with the system that I'm going to have with my charge controllers, that's the max that I can take in this system. But like I said, right now we got 1,500 watts. We're doing okay with that. Once we add the next 1,000 in, it's going to be that much better. So I can talk solar all day. Oh, so I got to tell you real quick here while I'm thinking about it. So my plumber said that there's another guy that has a solar system, and he wanted to talk to me. So I said, okay. So he called me. I guess I'd give my number, give my YouTube channel, let him watch both of those. Well, when he put his system in, he is grid tied. And so I met him for coffee, and then I went over and met him and his wife at their place. And beautiful place, got like 60 acres. He has, I got to tell you this, I hopefully he doesn't mind me sharing this information. I won't go into all the details, but he has 56 260 watt panels, okay? I mean, his system is enormous. I mean, it is huge. And he has no problem, you know, bringing in enough power year-round because of the size of his system. And so anyway, with that being said, the way he does it with the power company down here, they send him a check once a year, you know, for his excess power. But he still gets, you're going to love this, still gets billed every month for like all the taxes and the charges and all that type of stuff. And I won't tell you how much exactly it is because I don't know if he would want me to share that information or not, so I'm not going to get into that. But he shouldn't be getting anything like that at all. Now, he does get a nice check once a year, and basically for the cost of his system, his return, he was 11 years and 4 months, and it would pay for itself. And then after that, it's all, you know, it's all gravy after that. So, but you know, it was an expensive investment, smart investment, but he's looking to have a battery backup, and I told him he can do that. You know, he doesn't have to have their permission to have a battery backup. And so that was kind of cool. But so we were talking about all that and stuff like that. And really nice gentleman. His wife was wonderful, very nice people. So anyway, so that's what's going on, guys. Interesting stuff. So listen, let me jump off of here. Remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Be safe. The weekend is here. So watch out, and you know, watch out for people and be safe. Hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. And remember, it's STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. And the only one that's going to stop you from reaching those goals is yourself. I mean, I got up this morning, and the last thing I felt like doing was getting out here and digging these holes because I knew what a pain in the butt it was going to be. But I said to myself, well, if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. So I got out here and got to it, you know. And now 4 of the 6 holes are dug. I'm going to have the 4 concreted in today, and you know, then I'm just going to kind of go from there and see if I have any more motivation left to do the other 2, or if I'm going to do the other 2 tomorrow. But we'll get it done. So anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to jump off of here. I will talk to you later, and have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Prep and Nurse one out for now.